Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hey guys, and welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things Big Brother 23. If you are joining me live, please smash that like. It helps me so much in the algorithm of YouTube. I have a goal of getting to 200 likes during this live, so let's make it happen. Smash that likes. That likes. You can multiply hit it. I think if you hit it twice, though, then it unlikes it. So just once, please. And mods, if you could keep me up to date on the count of our likes, see if we hit our goal, that would be amazing. I know a lot of people are live talking about Big Brother right now, so the fact that you picked me, I feel so loved. Let me know all your thoughts, opinions, hopes, and dreams in the chat. And if you want to support the channel, like I said, giving a like is a wonderful way to support. Also, follow me on my social media, TikTok, Twitter, and the Instagram at Joleen Lunzer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can send a super chat, which is a really fun way to have your comment highlighted and show support for the channel right here on YouTube. If you're listening after I post it live, there now is the option to do a super thanks. And that's like a super chat after the video is put out, and we creators appreciate it. I also have a Patreon with exclusive content and Venmo, Cash App, and whatever else I have. Thank you. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to be talking all about Big Brother 23. Tonight's episode 19, which was a live eviction episode. And we got an HOH out of it. So there's going to be obviously spoilers if you haven't watched the episode yet, and then things from the live feed. So thank you, Kylan, for the first super chat of the night. Kylan says, keep up the wonderful work. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I voted, you guys. Okay, I voted before I thought it through, but I still stand by my votes. I voted half Tiffany, half Hannah, because I have a feeling now, if you didn't see the episode yet, or if you did, Sarah Beth won the HOH. The HOH competition was where they had to walk on these little platform plank type things, and whoever got across the maze of skinny planks, I forget what it was called, put it in the chat so I remember, won the HOH competition. Claire went first. Claire was carrying the lead for quite a while. Alyssa, epic fall for Alyssa. Epic. She got to the end. She was killing it time-wise, and then she tripped. She got too excited. You know, you can't, what do they say? You can't cash the check before the money's in the bank. You can't lay the eggs before you've been inseminated. That's not right. I don't know. Okay. But don't count your chickens before they're hatched. That's the cliche I was looking for. And Alyssa definitely counted all of her chickens before they were hatched, and she fell and she hit the ground. And Julie Chen Moonves was like, actually, I don't know who Julie Chen Moonves is. Julie Chen, who I know, was like, sorry, Alyssa. And Alyssa was pissed. Expect feeds of Alyssa complaining, possibly whining that she did not win, because that is what she does. Okay. And then Sarah Beth came in, and all of a sudden she got 20 some seconds. And she just went through that so quickly. And Claire's like, yay. And Sarah Beth was excited, as was Kylan, the outgoing HOH. And then we saw Derek X. I thought Derek X was going to do it, and he didn't. He took weird routes, and it was a mess. But even though he screwed up, he still almost got there. Let's see, Xavier. He went fast, but didn't quite make the cut. And then we also had Derek F. Big D. Nice try, buddy. No. And poor Azza. She went really slow at it, and then it just, no. Like Atharella saying, she ate shit. Alyssa ate all of the shit. Thank you, Brian King says, Joleen, you heard about this triple final. Yeah, I did. Everybody's talking about it, and a lot of people are against a triple final because it could ruin what we've all been waiting for, and that is when the cookout, if they're able to get to the final six, that could, we're waiting for this final six to happen with the cookout. Unless, somebody throws a wrench in it, but at this point, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. And what can happen with this alleged triple, because we have a 2-hour episode coming up, like Bran says, when it's coming to 7, 6, and 5, similar to what we saw last season, it'll take us right to 5. And then we won't see this tension that we've been waiting for when the 6 finally have to go at it. That's what we want to see. Now, a double, I think, would probably be better. The triple, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I am worried about the triple ruining the hype that has been built this season of waiting until the 6. And then when the 6 have to go at it, it is going to be whoa. And then this triple might take away from that. So I'm definitely not excited about that. And Jamie B says, worst person to win HOH. It was not my ideal. I was like, go Claire, go DX, go Tiff. Because as much as I want to see the cookout make it to the final 6, I do want to, see a little bit of like action in the house. And, I feel as though, here's the thing with Sarah Beth as the HOH, we're probably going to see Derek X going home. Now, I don't want to put it out there and put it out into the universe yet, but we're definitely going to see, I would guess that we are going to see with Sarah Beth being HOH and the influence of Kylan, because she has a big influence on his HOH and he has a big influence on hers. We are going to see them talking a lot about backdooring Derek X, because at this point, Sarah Beth cannot put Derek X up on the block straight out the gate. She's going to have to put up 2 pawns. I hope one of them is Big D. I just like when he's on the block. Just the idea that Big D could go home makes me happy. It makes me flutter inside. All the feminism in me is like, yes, go home. But I don't want to see Hannah on the block. I don't want to see Tiffany on the block. I kind of hope she just puts, yeah, it's so hard at this point. I kind of hope it's 2 dudes. But we'll see that then. She's not going to put Derek X, so then we're going to have to put 2 members of the Cookout Alliance on there. And listen, there's a lot of things this week that Derek X and everybody are going to have to really work hard for. And the high roller room is one of those things. If Derek X has any hope of staying this week and not getting backdoored, he has to win the veto, or high roller, or someone he's associated with has to do the high roller. Because as we know, this week, what you're voting for right now is you are voting for, I believe, the roulette game in the high roller room. And Derek X still has enough money to go at this roulette. So Derek X, if he would win this game in the high roller room, he would be able to take one of Sarah Beth's nominees off the block and keep himself safe. Now, I don't know. This is before veto, I believe. So I don't know what happens. I'm assuming if he's able to do that, or whoever wins that, if they do use it, take a person off the block, whether it be themselves or someone else, that they are then safe for the whole week. I can't imagine you would allow this big game to happen and then the veto happen, and then it doesn't protect you through the veto, so you could just be put right back up on the block. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm sure a lot of you are voting Derek X. So if you are a fan of Derek X, vote, and you want him to stay, you probably want to vote Derek X or someone Derek X is. You're probably going to vote Derek X, because at this point, I don't even know if Hannah can save him. Because the only other people to go outside of the cookout then would be Claire. So it's either Tiffany's main gal is going, or Hannah's main girly girl, as Christian said in his exit interview with Julie Chen. So yeah, it's Sarah Beth was not the ideal. It was not good on her, though. Good on her for winning. Okay, we got a female, a woman HOH. Love to see a woman HOH. Unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of Kylan 2.0. Here's why I'm not excited about a Sarah Beth HOH. Because that puts a lot of our favorites, or I'm saying our, like we all have the same opinion, and I know we don't, but it puts a lot of my favorites at risk. And also, I don't know if I can listen to her and Kylan whisper with each other and cuddle for another week straight in the HOH room. about nonsense. Okay. Look at Lori coming in with a very generous super chat. Thank you so much. Lori says, I cannot wait to see the cookout make it to 6. Sarah Beth, worst HOH scenario. Ugh, I know. And so earlier, like what Brian was saying, unfortunately, hopefully this triple does not take away from us getting to see the cookout make the 6 and then have a little bit of time and some gaming and things like that happen once they make final 6. And I'm just assuming at this point, that's an assumption because we're not there yet. But from what we've seen, I think I don't see any. This was the week that the cookout could have turned on one another and they didn't. So I'm sure Tiffany was like, oh, I want to vote out DF so bad. But she didn't. When does voting start? Care Bear's asking. It started. So vote. I think you only get today to vote. I think that's it. Okay. And thank you, Lori, so much for the very generous super chat. It means the world to me. Thank you. Yay. 24 or 22 more likes. I cannot read tonight to get to 100 likes. Smash that like, you guys. Yes, at least Joyce, you are so right. At least we won't see long interrogations because Kylan just loves to call. I don't know. Kylan loves like mind effing people. I feel like at all times of the night, all hours. He doesn't get any sleep himself, and then he's up there, and his choices don't make any sense, and his HOH was really messy, and a lot of people would say it was a lot of mansplaining we got from Kylan, which we weren't expecting. The self-proclaimed feminist, a little condescending, a little mansplaining to the ladies in the house. So I have a feeling, though, Kylan will leave this house. That'll be pointed out and hopefully corrected. Hopefully. I feel like there's more hope for him than like a Derek F. But we'll see. Thank you, Care Bear. That's so sweet. Welcome. Okay. So voting closes at 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, I believe Kemi's saying. So vote. Molly says, I voted Hannah and Xavier for BB Bucks because they have the most coins saved so far. Yeah, Hannah, she didn't use her coins. DX didn't use his coins. Xavier still got coins. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this week with the BB Bucks and the High Roller Room. Yes, you're my pregame for my show. Oh, yay, because you're watching it probably in Pacific or Mountain time zone, I imagine. Mandy says, and terrible metaphors. Yeah, this Kylan, condescending, just, ooh, not good, Kylan, not good. It wasn't good. First HOH, good. Okay. So let's get into tonight's episode and then we'll talk about more things that can happen and stuff like that. Okay. So we go in again. This is a season like no other for lots of reasons. One of them being the cookout and the fact that Derek X, I don't know. I can't remember if it was on tonight's episode or if it was just on the live feeds. I get confused. I watch so much of both that I'm like, where did it happen? But Derek X being like, hey, yeah, there's not going to be any white dudes in jury. When has that ever happened in Big Brother history? And Tiffany's like, I don't know. God, I didn't even notice. I don't notice those kind of things. And Derek X is like, yeah, right. It's weird. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm not a white dude. I'm just assuming that's what he was thinking. But definitely unlike anything we have ever seen in U.S. Big Brother history. Okay. And let me tell you, some of the whites real mad. Some of the whites who are home, real mad. One of the whites not real mad, Christian. The rest, I think Whitney, I don't know about her. Definitely French dressing, performative French dressing. Brent, Spirit Airlines, very angry. Don't fly with them, allegedly. So, yeah. And Travis, who knows? He just is focused on showing his nipples on lives, okay? And Jamie B says, I'm a white dude and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it too, okay? This is a very powerful alliance and group of people and gamers and strategy we are seeing. So there's that. Okay, so veto, we go. So the other thing that's very different about the season is that we're not seeing the veto ceremonies on our Wednesday night episodes. We're having to wait until our Thursday night episodes, which is cuckoo bananas, but here we are. So we go back into the veto ceremony and we finally get to see Kyland take Claire off the block. Bro, you could have just like not thrown it to Alyssa and you could have won it. And then Claire could have taken herself off the block. But in some weird power mansplainer world, Kyland wanted to take her off the block after putting her up on the block. I feel like that's a really weird mind F. And I get this is Big Brother and it's about manipulation and lying and all kinds of things and to get as far as you can. But I feel like this is a little too much. It's gratuitous. You didn't need to go this far. Don't put her on the block just to take her off. That gets blood on your hands. She's not going to trust you. It makes you look sketchy and weird, only to then take out Brittany. Okay? So we go to the veto ceremony and we see Kyland put Brittany on the block. Take Claire off, put Brittany up. Brittany is upset. And she is like, why are you so obsessed with me? Kai, I want to know. And she's very much thinking like, this whole house is obsessed with me. They're bullies. All I have is the jokers. And I'm just like, ooh, no, you don't, because it's not anything against you, baby girl. You're just not in the alliance that is taking you out and everybody else. So you're not being bullied. It's just, you're not a part of the power dynamic in the house. And yeah, that's just what it is. So she's like, gosh, I'm freaking mad. I'm freaking pissed. Come on. I'm the number one player in this house. Come at me, bro. Like I loved at the end with her interview with Julie because she was really like, yeah, of course they're going to take me out, Julie Chen. I don't know why I always do this. I did this for Travis too. Of course they're going to take me out, Julie Chen. Okay. I am number one TikToker and Big Brother strategist. And you know what? I'm glad she gets to leave feeling like a power player rather than a pawn, because really she went home in large part because she's not a part of the big alliance, and also because her bestest buddy, Big D, Daybed Derek, threw her under the bus and said she got the $100 BB bucks. And then people started being real sketched out that she was a favorite. So they put a target on her back. So I feel like also, so many opinions. Okay. I feel like Brittany, TikTok until you drop, Brittany was closer to Daybed Derek and like felt like, oh, that's my dude. But really, Azah was the one that really, 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 really had your back, girl. Like she felt for you. She had like this motherly almost instinct, sisterly, just this like love and compassion and big heart for you. Where Derek Frenchie was gone, so you're the next. Like that he don't care. Daybed Derek don't care. Daybed Derek loves his daybed and men. He doesn't love women that much. Okay. So allegedly. So yeah, she said she's so sick of being picked on in the house. I don't think she was picked on. Now, from her perspective, I can see how she thinks that. We also know she is very, she's coddled by by her friends, whether it be Azah or Daybed Derek. I think they just, mostly Azah because she comes from a place of kindness, where Daybed Derek just likes conflict and he doesn't know strategy for shit. And so he just makes it about him. And if he can use her as a pawn to get to Tiffany, he will. And that's truly how I feel about Daybed Derek. Like, I don't think it was ever because I love you, Brittany. You're a good person. You're my friend. You're my everything. You're my this, that. I think it's just that he disliked Tiffany that much. So anytime he could butt in to a powerful woman trying to make moves and do stuff, he did that. And after what I saw on the feeds last night with him and Tiffany, and they finally had a conversation about everything that went on that the casuals saw briefly in a couple episodes ago of Derek and Tiffany, and Derek, Daybed Derek calling Tiffany the B word a million times, calling her a bum bitch, doing this, that, and the other thing. We finally saw that confronted. Now that Daybed Derek's on the block and it's the night before eviction, he's like, I guess I should have a conversation. And so he does. And Tiffany let him have it. And let me tell you, it was so entertaining. Go back to about, I think it's 1:30 Pacific, 1:15 a.m. Pacific, early this morning, technically still yesterday because they didn't go to sleep yet. And it starts in the bathroom, and then Alyssa ruined it. She's like, sorry guys, I have to be in the bathroom. We're like, no, you don't. Go take a dump upstairs. Okay. She didn't even take a dump. I don't even know what she was doing in there. Just spying, snooping, crying, talking to Christian on the cams. Get out of there. Go cuddle with Xavier. we're trying to listen here. So then they moved into the food storage and Tiffany let him have it. Okay. And I felt like Tiffany spoke from all of us women, and I don't want to speak for all of us women, but I'm going to speak for myself. For every time some dickhead dude talked down to me, tried to buck up to me like I was a fellow bro, some misogynist POS came up in my business, didn't like me, so just wanted to call me out and get involved and be too aggressive on me, she spoke to my soul. I loved what she said. I love that she held him accountable. I love that she said, no, we are not cut from the same cloth, sir. We are not cut from the same cloth, okay? Because I would have never let it go this long as you have. I would have never treated anyone like you treated them. And he's like, but you did. She's like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And Tiffany makes such good points that so many people, I think, covering this are missing the fact that, you know, she's literally questioning these people who she's supposed to be aligned with and like, what do you think I'm going to do to this woman? What do you think I'm going to do to Brittany? That's how Daybed Derek especially acted. Almost like Tiffany was going to hurt her or something. No. Like, and imagine how many times in Tiffany's life maybe this assumption has been made about her. You know, and imagine how hurtful it is for people that she's fighting for, who she doesn't even want to fight for, but she just is because she knows that their greater purpose is to see someone who looks like them get to the finals and do something that's never been done and show people who have never been represented on the show represented, you know, and have them hold this other woman up and be like, you're scaring her. I don't think it was just about strategy. I think it was more than that. And whether they intended that or not, that's how Tiffany read it. And I would think that they would understand that more, and maybe Azah does, but Daybed Derek doesn't. So of course she's going to be like, wow, after everything I've done now, just because I'm assertive and I have an opinion, and because Brittany goes around the house and Brittany, you know, she calls people biatches. She does, you know, she can get sassy too. Tiffany can get sassy too, but Tiffany's held to a different standard where it's like, oh, well, we got to protect her. Protect her from what? Protect her from what? If she is truly in your alliance, if Brittany truly is working with you and the jokers, she won't fall for Tiffany's any gameplay, right? And Derek said, you'd do the same for Claire. And Tiffany's like, no, I would not. You can talk to Claire because we have a good enough relationship where we'll talk afterwards. And that's the difference. I don't know. I find it really problematic that he treated her this way and she held him accountable. You guys go back and watch it. There's a lot of back and forth, but she did not let up. She was like, no, screw you, bro. And he deserved every bit of it. And he's like, well, then I'm sorry. She's like, only say sorry if you mean it. Only say sorry if you mean it. Don't give me these fake ass sorries. And don't give me a sorry that's like, I'm sorry if I hurt you. No, you did hurt me. You did. And you broke trust within our ranks. And if you don't like the way I'm talking to you, or you don't like the way we're communicating or the page we're on, then talk to me. But don't run up on me while I'm trying to have a conversation with another game player, knowing that we're working together in the cookout, and act as though in front of these two players that are not in the cookout, like I'm going to do something or that person's not safe to be alone with me. It's just messed up. And I really don't understand how people don't see that. But that's the beauty of this game. Everyone sees something different. But I watched that and I was like, I feel so great. I feel so great to have such strong women in the house. I really do. I feel amazing because there are so many seasons I've watched women just get plowed over, if you know what I mean, in this game. And Tiffany's like, no, I know myself, because this is what happens when you cast women over 40. By this time, we know ourselves. So you can't tell us something that we don't already know. We're not perfect, but we know our faults. So if you're going to run up on us and try to tell us something about ourselves that's not true, we're definitely not afraid any longer to say that is not a true story about me, because I know me. Because I've lived in my body for 40 plus years. And she is a whole mother. And she takes people's blood for a living, whatever she does. Or she owns these blood banks, you know? So she takes your blood. So she knows who she is at her core. And you, sir, who do not know who you are at your core, who are very confused with your love of French dressing, are not going to come and tell this assertive woman, I'm not saying Tiffany's perfect. She said stuff. She's done stuff. We all do. We're human. But you're not going to run up on her and tell her something or make her believe or put out some narrative about her that's not true, and she's going to let it happen. She's not going to let it happen. So I love it. I love it. I unapologetically love Tiffany. Drag me if you want to, okay? All right. So Brittany, she keeps going, 4 of the 6 weeks I've been on the block, no one has suffered like I have suffered. It is not fair that I should be on the block all this time. I am Brittany. I deserve a little bit of freedom. She was doing a little bit of that. And then Claire, there was a push in the house for Claire and DX. They were like, let's take Big D out because everyone's going to drag his daybed ass to the finals. Okay, because they're going to be like, oh, I can win against him. So let's take him out. Unfortunately, that didn't come to fruition. It was in the episode that Derek X said, are there any white males left? None made it to jury. That's so weird. It's so weird, right? Tiffany's like, oh my God, I didn't even know. Wow, thanks for pointing that out. Okay, then there is an Xavier and DX convo, and DX was like, maybe I'll throw the HOH. And everyone at home, I'm sure, is like, no, don't throw the HOH. You cannot throw the HOH. Luckily, he goes and talks to Claire, and then Claire is like, he's like, what does it mean when somebody says, let's say Xavier and Kyland are like, oh, hey, we have this fake final 3, and we are not going to put you on the block. Like, we won't put you up right away. Like, what does that mean? And Claire's like, that means they're going to backdoor you. So be careful. That means they're going to backdoor you. So I was like, yes, Claire. Yes. Try to win the HOH. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have in my notes here, you guys? Okay. So the nominee speeches were horrendous. I will say, on Brittany's behalf, at least she campaigned strategically and game-wise. I don't think she's the best strategist in the house by any stretch of the imagination, but at least, she actually tried. Now, I know David Derek knew he was safe, but still, bro, a little bit of effort. I mean, okay, so Brittany decides to do a rap, okay? She's like, my name is Brittany, and I'm here to say that I've been on the block one too many days. If you heat me tonight, I will dance for you. We can strategically beat this game. I don't know. She just was like, I'm going to rap, and everyone's just like, no more rapping. But she thinks she has bars. Like, she's literally on the feed. She's like, she's got the Eminem, lose yourself in the music. She's got her domes on. She's like, yes, I feel that beat. Turn the headphones up. She thinks she's Jay-Z. Turn my headphones up. Turn my headphones up. It's a hard knock life for Brit. It's a hard knock life for Brit. Instead of playing, I get played. It's so cringy. But she loves it. So God bless her. God bless that woman. All right. But despite the cringe-worthy rapping, David Derek's speech is so much worse. If you could get worse than that, which you shouldn't be able to get worse than that, but he got worse than that, okay? He called Julie baby. That's all, baby. We do not call Julie baby, okay? Can you have any respect for women at all, for women in power? And some people may say I'm being too picky, but this is so representative of who Daybed Derek is. She is not your baby. She is not your kitty. She is not your honey. She is not your friend. She is the host of the show. Now, there are lots of reasons to be mad at Julie Chen, Les Moonves being one of them, and the apologies for him. But she is the host of this show. Show some respect, okay? She's not your baby. That's it, baby. No. This is a very powerful, was more powerful before the, less scandal that she stuck around for. Oh my God, get out. I'm still like, hashtag get out, Julie Chen. Get out. Run, Julie. Run. I know you're not going to, but run, Julie. There's still time. Thank you. Hello there, says love the remix. Yes, Mom's spaghetti. Like she was talking about Mom's lasagna, Kraft macaroni and cheese on my chest. I don't know why it would be on her chest, but who doesn't love a little Kraft mac and cheese on your chesticles? Okay. So he said baby, and then he talks about if you want good food made, and if you want, it's like, bro, that has nothing to do with game. You're supposed to be hiding this big alliance. That does not help. That you, it just doesn't help. It's So by a vote of 7-1, Britt is evicted. And that one vote to save her was Azah, and we knew that Azah really wanted to give Brittany her vote. And as you can see, when Brittany left, Azah was legit hurt. I really think Azah's someone, she's not the best gamer. She doesn't have the worst ideas. Sometimes she has some things where I'm like, yes, Azah, you know, and I really like her. And I just think she's a good person overall. And I think she felt really bad, feeling as though, I don't think Azah's used to having disingenuous friendships. And she feels as though this is a disingenuous friendship because these three spent so much time in that bedroom together and so much time listening to David Derek not make any sense that they really bonded. So it was rough, I think, for Azah to know and to see someone suffer that she cares about. And I get that. I get that about Azah. I get that her heart is that big. She's emotional, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it may not be the best for this game, but she's a real person, and she thought she was really hurting this other person. Now, I think Azah will be so much better now that Brittany's out of the game because she doesn't have to worry about anybody really, or worry about their feelings, I should say, besides David Derek. I wish she didn't love him so much, but I guess I can't pick everybody's best friends, even though I would be great at it. Okay. Personally, I would be fantastic at it. So Azah was crying. She's upset, but this is going to be so much better for her in the long run because she doesn't have to worry about that. Okay. Josh D, thank you for the super chat. Says, I guess the house is going to find out Shelly's real. This will be interesting because unless Shelly's uber PO'd about all the cuddles, which I don't know if she is, like I said, they could have an understanding. She could not care because I definitely think Kyland is way more into Sarah Beth than Sarah Beth is into Kyland. You can kind of tell at times when Sarah Beth, she knows what she's doing, but even she's like, all right, that's enough. And he does these weird things where he's like, you should believe in yourself. Does Shelly let you get away with that? Does she not? He's almost like trying to throw Shelly under the bus. And I was like, Shelly, you need to come find him after this show and have some words with him and be like, you need to respect my authority, respect my relationship, sir. Because there was times on the feeds where Kyland was trying to throw Shelly under the bus. I was like, dude, jeez, God, thirsty. He's parched. Like, give it up, bro. She hasn't given it up yet. Yeah, you're cuddling and stuff, and yeah, she looks like your ex-girlfriend, but leave Shelly out of it, you know. So yeah, we're gonna see some pictures of Shelly, and so this whole Big Brother conspiracy within the house that Shelly doesn't exist, and Sarah Beth and Kyland are America's couple, just like America's player, but instead America's showmance, and that they knew each other before this will hopefully cease to exist any longer because it doesn't help anyone's game. TV Talks with Tom. What is up, friend? TV Talks with Tom says, such a crazy episode tonight. Hope you're keeping well, Joleen. I hope you're keeping well too, Tom. What time is it for you? Let us know. Yes, Audrey's dehydrated. Okay. He needs to get an IV stat. You know, those people that just get like alcohol poisoning and they got to go to the ER. Not saying I was ever one of those people, but and you got to get the dehydrated. I wasn't, but that did happen to a friend of mine in Jamaica, and you need to get they got the special IVs. And then some people I know who are married to like what are they called? Ambulance people, paramedics. Thank you, paramedics, for all your help and your work. Their paramedic spouses have these special IVs with whatever the good juices are that get you so you don't have a hangover. Had I known or been closer to those kind of people, I probably never would have given up drinking. You know, no, I probably would have because I was not kind. All right. So then we go to Julie Chen. I did like how Julie Chen delivered this, the votes when she was like, Derek F or Big D. She's like, I call you Big D. And he's like, yeah, you can, baby. It's like, oh my God. She said, Derek F. And for a moment, we got to see him scared. Like he was going home. I was like, oh, you know, I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I still like to see his face be afraid that he was going to be evicted. Isn't Derek F. like the JC of this season? Was that his name? The little guy? I feel like he's the JC of this season. Just such a disappointment. David Derek. The little guy that humped the what were they? Minions? Wasn't there a video of him humping a minion allegedly? I don't know. Putting it near his genitals. So yeah, he's done well after this show, right? He hasn't. Allegedly, he hasn't. Okay, but he just gives such JC vibes. Just oof. Ugh. All right, allegedly. Hi, JC. He's a big fan of the breakdown with Joleen, so shout out to you. Oh my God, no, don't flick people off. That's so rude. That's so rude, but seriously. I am sassy tonight. Okay, so I'm sure I'll get a comment about that. Can't wait. All right. Let's see. Kyland, I did like Brittany said, Kyland, it's an honor to be part of both of your HOHs. Yes, that was pretty funny. Way to go out, Brittany. She hugged everyone. And then Kai, once Brittany left, he kissed Big D on the lips. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. That's gonna, and only oh no, because it's gonna make Big D too happy, and he doesn't deserve happiness in this house. Okay. Okay. Yes, we love TV Talks with Tom. We love. Okay. So then Azza cries, like I said. Brittany becomes juror number 1. And then Britt, in her exit interview with Julie Chen, she's really excited. And she says that she is, that she could beat basically anyone at Final 2. So she gets it. She's like, clearly, I am a comp beast. I am a game beast. America loves me. Why would you keep me in this game when I can beat you at Final 2? So yeah, so then she leaves and Julie Chen says, if you want to see my extended interview with Brittini, make sure you watch ParamountPlus.org/edu to get all the juicy scoop on what she doesn't know about the game and what I can't tell her because she's in jury. I cannot wait till we start getting jury feeds when people start finding out about the cookout. I'm so excited. Okay. Then the HOH. Sarah Beth wins, you guys. Thank you, Christy Yang. I love you. Love a sassy Joleen. I feel like there's no other kind. And that's how we like it. That's how you like it, huh? That's how I like it, baby. Okay. Shout out to Beyonce. Poor deluded Brittany. I want to see what you guys are saying here in the chat. Sorry, I did not keep up as much as I wanted to get through this. Hello, Ginny Muse. Okay. So, Joleen is getting famous. I had to watch 2 ads before the live started, right? Mr. YouTube has been calling me all the time. Being like, when are you going live, girl? We got all the ads to put on your video. All right. Okay. So Sarah Beth, HOH, obviously. Kylan is not hitting the block. Most likely, like I said, we are going to see a DX or attempt at a DX backdoor. The good thing for DX fans, and who really isn't a DX fan at this point, is that there are quite a few chances for him to win safety. Now, he's probably not going to be put up straight away. So the high roller room is really, he's going to have to use his money. And hopefully he's cognizant enough to realize that he's going to have to use his BB bucks. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another 100 for this roulette where he can change the nomination, one of the nominations of the HOH being SB. And hopefully he wins that. Now, if he doesn't win that, there's still the veto. Now, if he's not put up straight away, if he's not chosen for the veto, that could be an issue. Because this week he was not chosen to play in OTEV, and he was really bummed about that, which I know every season, I think I say this, but I always forget that OTEV is veto backwards. And as long as I've been watching Big Brother, which is forever, how do I never remember that? And it always amazes me when someone on Twitter is like, I was today years old when I realized that. And I was like, did I know that? But I feel like we have this conversation every year with me. So my retention is not that great. Okay. Oh, we have a Karen in the chat saying Karen stuff. That's fun. Okay. I didn't call anyone babe. Okay. You guys are maybe fighting in here. Let's see. Stephanie says, I went the first 10 years not realizing OTEV was veto backwards, right? Yeah, I always forget. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. Because I was like, what a weird name. And then I realized, Joleen, don't be dumb. It's veto backwards. Okay. 30 34 more likes to get to 200. I wish they would open a secret room. Yeah, since they just opened that other secret room, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, we did see Kai give Daybed Derek, a huge kiss on the lips. Very, very big kiss. Now, thinking who will go up as pawns. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Hannah hit the block. It all depends on Kylan's influence, Tiffany's influence. Somehow I don't think Tiffany will hit the block, but I don't know. That might just be wishful thinking on my part. I would think throw Daybed Derek up there if I was Sarah Beth and they're trying to get a backdoor on DX. Throw Daybed Derek up there, and I have a feeling we're going to see Daybed and Hannah. I don't know if Claire... I mean, we'll see, because she was once aligned with Claire. She is in the same room with Claire, but it's just hard to tell. It's hard. We'll have to watch a lot of whispering and cuddling before we know the truth. I am interested to see how our first woman HOH, how she handles one-on-ones, and if Kai's influence of just freaking people out with way too many one-on-ones and sporadic one-on-ones and using Q-tips and using crackers and using this, that, and the other thing, if she'll do that. But I feel like Sarah Beth, she's obviously no dummy. So I don't think she will be like Kai. Now, these are famous last words, but I just don't think she will. Interesting also on the feeds, I don't know if you guys caught this, but Claire found out. She said as they were coming in day one that Sarah Beth was wearing a lab coat. So she could be some kind of scientist or something. So there's a lot more doubt coming SB's way. And this is definitely an error on production, because I saw people were screen grabbing on Twitter from the first episode when they were moving in the house, when SB, Tiffany, Claire, and I forgot, maybe it was Hannah, I think we're all coming in as a group of 4. They had not only Sarah Beth in a lab coat, but Tiff in a lab coat. Now, Sarah Beth has told the house she's a voice actress. So having her in a lab coat, you don't normally have to dress up for voice acting because it's just your voice, unless you like to get really into character. I've done some voice acting and they've never asked me to wear a costume. So good catch by Claire. Good catch, and something she put away in her superfan index library brain and then brought up. So very, very interesting. Julie Chen did have a lot of mistakes tonight. She repeated a few lines a couple times. This is similar to the great mistakes of the last triple eviction, or the first we'd seen last season, where they had triple eviction, which technically I guess wasn't Julie Chen's fault. But the house guests were able to see triple eviction, so it wasn't a big surprise. But we see this happen a lot in Big Brother. Things are blown either by Julie Chen or production. Gosh. For someone aligned with Kylan, evicting Big D would be smart for SB. I wish SB would evict Daybed Derek, but I do think the cookout is going to remain strong. And Kylan being a member of the cookout, I think he will definitely try to veer her off the path of a Derek F. And it is impossible at this point in the game. Unfortunately, I love Derek X, but if you have a chance to take him out, you take him out. Not only is he a great competitor, he has fantastic relationships in the house, and we now know from his alleged $100 that everyone, I don't remember if he told or they're just speculating that he has it, that he's a fan favorite. And those are the type of people you definitely want to get out of the house. So as much as I love DX, I understand why they're targeting him. I hope he can get out of it. That would be amazing, but I just don't know. Stephanie says, I could see Claire and DX going to Sarah Beth this week and mentioning a possible alliance like the cookout and making a special alliance. That'd be fun to watch. Yeah, because, Derek obviously is catching on. Claire has made comments to catch on. We all know Sarah Beth from the start was like, why are we protecting Hannah? Nobody here is affiliated with her. And that's when people were like, oh, okay, we need to then the cookout's eyes was on Sarah Beth. Like, oh, okay, she's starting to see. So they don't know about the cookout. But for Claire, DX, Sarah Beth, yeah, making some kind of alliance would probably be in their best interest. I don't know if that's going to work, though, because the cookout has done it so well strategically, having these side pieces in play and having great influence over them, that I don't know. You know, that's one thing. None of this was handed to the cookout. They had to strategically plan out, and they do. So anyone saying that this season is not strategic or it's just based on this, that, and the other thing, that is not true. This is one of the most strategic seasons we've seen. Some of these people very much dislike each other, but know that they want to get to the 6. That's their goal. So they're doing everything they can strategically to make it work and work with each other. They're also planning out constantly who goes next, whose side piece goes next. So I don't think that would even make a difference at that point, because there are so many other factors coming in. The cookout has had many a discussion about who's next. Now, they're not necessarily always agreeing on, because Tiffany was like, yeah, Claire can go. And then the next day went to Xavier and was like, yeah, remember when I said Claire can go? Just kidding. I was being emotional. She can't go. She can't go. Because I think they do have to, you know, in order to keep people in the cookout happy and not look too sus, like they're ever going to turn or you know, be more aligned or have more allegiance to their side piece or +1 outside of the cookout. They do have to pretend like, oh my God, yeah, you can totally cut my number 1 anytime. But deep down, I think, you know, they obviously they know that no, it's better the people in the cookout who are able to keep their side pieces, their extra players, the longest, they're going to benefit the most. You know, at this point, it looks like maybe Xavier will be able to, because I don't see Sarah Beth taking a shot at Alyssa, but maybe. But there's still that pull of, despite everything that happened when Christian and Sarah Beth were on the block and Alyssa and Christian thinking it was Sarah Beth's fault, there's still that little Kings type allegiance within the house. So yeah, I hope this week is exciting too. I think it's going to be kind of exciting, you know. Sarah Beth dressing up now for the opening of her HOH party. Maybe she'll put on cosplay, you know. Is it me, or have the comps this season been easier than other seasons? I don't think easier than last season. Last season we had similar competitions. We had the beer push, which we've seen a drink push in the high roller. We've seen this kind of like walk on. The first competition ever that Cody Cauliflower won to be the first HOH was walk on these, you know, things that you didn't know if they were fully balanced, which is similar to walk on these tiny balance beams. So an OTEV, I don't think that's true, but feel free to correct me. Yes, this is a season that has players actually try. This is a season where, you know, normally you have people just aligned because they're banging each other, you know, or, you know, they pre-gamed, or this is the last couple seasons, you know, we've seen a lot of that. So this is a season where people are actually trying to play and be strategic. So yeah. Let's see. You guys really got Karen upset in the chat. People have a problem with this season because the Black people are dominated. All I have to say is stay mad. I mean, unfortunately, yeah, that's the case. When you've seen season after season where any person of color in the house has been targeted and sent out very early. And if you just look at the most recent season, which was horrific, which was BB21, where there was literally a segregation type camp comeback with almost every person of color in the house going, and all the whites aligning, and nobody said boo about that. Or I should say, nobody who's now having a problem with the cookout had a problem with that, unfortunately. So it tends to be, you always have to, when people who are used to being in power, then all of a sudden are out of power, if you have a big reaction to that, you might want to ask yourself, why are you reacting this way? And why didn't you react to the other 22 seasons where it's been the exact opposite and people of color were targeted? So that's a great, great, great point. Unfortunately, there's, you can only argue with these people for so long because they really want to believe that reverse racism exists and somehow the cookout is racist, which is impossible for them to be racist. But these people have done they haven't done their due diligence. They haven't educated themselves on race relations in America, on racism, on anything above. They don't know the difference between prejudice and racism. They don't know much of anything. So there's not a lot we can do. We can offer, like, here's the explanation. And here are people who are trying to, for the first time ever, see themselves represented on the show where they haven't been represented. And, I hope these people, these Karens that are this upset about the cookout, I hope you called in to CBS, because I know you don't email. Maybe you AOL, I hope you called in, on the old rotary phones to CBS, and were just as mad when there was a problem with diversity in casting for 22 seasons, when there were large white alliances or all male white alliances that took out all the women and people of color. I hope you had that same energy as you do for the cookout. And I see a lot of people want to come into my chats and they want to come into my comments and they just love to just, say all these things like, the cookout is just basically trying to get all the whites. The whites are mad. Who will help the whites when they're mad? But I hope you had that same energy for all the other seasons where POCs were targeted and these all white alliances dominated. And when we didn't have diversity. And this is the first season where this is the most diversity we've ever had. So I hope you had that same energy. I don't think you did. I'm just speculating. I don't think you did. But it's getting really tiresome. If you guys could move on to a more important issue or praise the fact that we are seeing a group of people who weren't represented on the show for 22 seasons now not only be represented, but take charge of their representation. If you could only be proud of that instead of pushing some bullshit narrative that is somehow racism. I mean, read a fucking book. Literally. Read, I'm telling you, I'm going to push this book to the day I die. Read White Fragility. I don't know if your closed-minded selves will open up to this, but if you really acknowledge your privilege, let down your fucking egos, and allow yourself to learn something, you will benefit so much and you'll be so less angry. Okay? Thanks. And if Karen keeps bugging, just block her at this point. Because if you're that willfully ignorant and you're just here to stir shit up, then go somewhere else. Go to a Klan meeting. Go hang out with your friends, probably in Florida. I don't know. But it's getting really tiresome. Every video I do, I get comments from people. And I say it every video. I explain to you why the cookout exists. How it is not problematic. And yet they just hear what they want to hear. So there you go. We hit 200. Yes. Okay. Miranda says Kai is trying really hard on the feeds to run Sarah Beth's HOH. Oh, God. I'm going to need this feminist to really turn on his feminism and realize that Sarah Beth can probably run her own HOH. And I understand you're going to want to have a little bit of a say, but the way you do that is not by trying to take it over or be condescending or mansplaining. Hopefully he knows the difference. Oh my gosh. I know it's going to be, because it's really hard to watch the feeds when Kai is HOH at this point. This week, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it doesn't have to be. Okay. Let's see. I have no problems with the cookout dominated. It's about time they started casting more diverse cast instead of watching Instagram models, bartenders, and Hooters employees. I mean, yeah, we've been saying that for a while. You know, we don't need any more Instagram models or people who have never seen the show before. I mean, Daybed Derek didn't know who Dr. Will was. It's not like you had to just watch season 2 or season 7 to know. He literally came back last year. He's come back for the roundtable for many a season. I mean, why was he recruited? Daybed. At least Derek X, yeah, he was a recruit, but at least he has some understanding of the game and the former players. Granted, he is helped a lot by Tiffany and Claire, but he's also open to that help and that information. Where Daybed Derek's like, I don't even know. I don't even care. I don't even know. I don't even care. Well, you should. You should probably know, you know, who the former greats are. Let's see. DGF, thank you for the super chat. Says, I highly recommend the book, The Burden by Rochelle Riley. Thank you for recommending. Anyone want to recommend books? I will highlight the sheet out of them. Okay. Any books for greater understanding for humanity, I'm all for. Reading is fundamental. It really is. It's nice. It's important. Opening your eyes to more than just your circle is super amazing. Right? Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a white lady and I'm tired of this. I can't imagine how actual Black Americans, like Black subscribers of mine, must feel constantly having to like fucking explain this shit to the willfully ignorant. That's why you gotta just like, okay, fine. I don't know. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with these Karens. I don't know what to do. You know? Okay. Thank you. I hope Kylan will calm down. I do. I hope. It seems SB may want to go after Xavier. Ooh. Listen, Sarah Beth is no dummy. She's not a dummy. You know, she caught on to when they were protecting Hannah. Like I said, she's caught on to a lot of stuff. It does get annoying with the, you know, kind of like to Kylan. But I guess that's been part of her strategy. But she's no dummy. And if Xavier gets to the end, he's winning. He's winning. He's winning. I bet David doesn't know OTEV is veto back. David doesn't know what the veto is. He's like, why are we doing this again? Can I get some cigarettes? That's what he's worried about. Tracy says we are exhausted. I can only imagine. No, not necessarily. I'm happy a woman won, but no, she wasn't my first choice. Yeah. So Kai has pulled out chest. Oh no, Jessica. Oh no, come on, Kai. I mean, their talks together are exhausting, him and Sarah Beth, because he's just like, he's telling her like how to motivate herself, and she's just like, I'm not one of those people who is just like overly confident or say, I can do it. I'm not like one of those people. And he's like, come on, you can do it. You're beautiful. Take off your glasses so I can look into your eyes. And you're like, ugh. Even if my husband said that, I'd be like, ugh. Just like, there's just things you just don't say. Ugh. There's a reason she wears those glasses all the time. No more chess pieces. Yes, praying for DX and Claire. I mean, they're going to need it this week. They are going to need it. Okay. SB, don't drink the Kai Kool-Aid. Let's hope that she is the one. Remember, Sarah Beth, you're the one in power. You're the boss, applesauce. Okay? Don't let him run your shit. Cami says, he's so weird and really corny. Really corny. Oh my gosh, so corny. I've been binge watching Siesta Key on MTV. I got into it way too late. I'm still on the first season. There's like 90 episodes each season, and it's the cheesiest like wannabe Hills Laguna Beach show, but I love it. If you guys have never watched it, I'm trying to think. There's some corny people, some corny dudes on that show, but all I can remember is Alex, who yuck. And then Brandon, he's not really that corny. He's just a cheater. Well, he was first season. I don't know. My point was, the same way some of the Siesta Key guys creep me out, he creeps me out. If Kylan starts overplaying his hand and protecting multiple people, SB is considering a light bulb may go off in her head and think, I'm doing his dirty work. Yeah. She's not stupid, you know? It just sucks because Kylan, we had so much hope. And he just started believing his own hype and sniffing his own toots and enjoying it. You know, we talked about that a little earlier. Fiery star eyes. That makes more sense. I don't think so. I don't see her. It's hard though. She has reason to, but they are former kings. But when she was on the block versus Christian, there was a lot of things said. I think she'll put up Hannah before Alyssa. You stand the Siesta Keys. Yeah, I mean, it is the cheesiest cheeseball show. My husband says it's nothing but B-roll and like 2 lines and then more B-roll and music. It's like a big music video, but I love it. It's so crazy. These kids are crazy. Week 1 loved Kylan. Then each week got worse. I know, Stephanie, it stinks. It stinks. And I do think when he leaves and sees himself on video in these episodes and on these live feeds, if he watches it, I think he's going to realize, you know, I think he's going to realize. I hope. Ethan says, I absolutely think SB is smart enough to make her own decision and not be swayed by Kai. I hope so. Jennifer says, I like Siesta Key, but The Hills was the best. Oh my God, it was the best. I always felt that I should have been a rich white girl born into wealth. Me too. I would have been so great as Lauren Conrad, who later went to make a line of clothing for Kohl's, which, hello, me and Nana live at Kohl's when I go back to Minnesota and visit. But yeah, how great would it have been that when I was living in LA, had I had the Hills money, I would have lived so much better. There's a lot of you guys watch Siesta Key. Oh my gosh, we may have to talk about it. You should look up the drama from the last few seasons. Well, I plan on getting caught up. I just didn't know there was 97 episodes of every season. So I'm still trying to get through season 1 and Kelsey and Garrett and, you know, everybody. And now there's new people. And I, of course, had to stalk them on Instagram to see what they're doing now. And that now I see that Madison with 2 S's, that's a weird way to spell your name, is preggers. Brandon has a kid, and I'm watching the breakup currently of Brandon and Madison because Brandon cheated with some random. All these people, I mean, it's another Brittany situation, you know. She thinks she's good at rapping, so she makes some bad life decisions or house decisions in Big Brother. Brandon starts rapping. He makes bad decisions. Paul, how come there's always really weird Paulies on these reality shows? If there's ever a Paulie, you're like, no. Even Pauly D, you're like, no, we soon learn. There's this weird Pauly guy, and I thought for sure he would have been in jail by now, but looks like he is celebrity boxing. But like I said, I'm not through season 1 yet, but I definitely have opinions. Kohl's was your favorite job? Yes. Kohl's Cash is my favorite currency next to regular cash, of course. Ideal nominees versus realistic nominees. Ideal nominees, Alyssa and Daybed Derek are my ideal nominees. Realistic, Hannah and Daybed, I think, or with a backdoor plan for DX, I think, or a backdoor plan for X, but I just don't. I think Kylan is going to work overtime to stop that. So, okay. Thank you for explaining that, because I was peeping Madison. This has now become a Big Brother 23 / Siesta Key live, because we can do it all here at the Breakdown with Joleen. I did look at it and I was like, this guy appears a lot older. And I saw he was a TV producer for like some History Channel show or something now. So I got a feeling, woohoo, that he used to produce on that show, which kind of creepy to me, You know, the same way Amber from Teen Mom met that really tall dude who now I think has custody of their kid allegedly, who was a former producer on Marriage Boot Camp that she was on. I think it's kind of creepy. I don't think you should cross those kind of lines. But okay. So, all right. Yeah, the Pollies. The Pollies. Is Miranda here? Did I miss my little Mirandy? Did I miss my little Honestly Honaker? Is she here, or are we talking about another Miranda? You guys all stand Siesta Kim. I have to do Siesta Key videos because I really want to drag them all in a fun way. Alyssa would definitely go home over Xavier. Definitely she would. And I listen, I wouldn't be upset if Alyssa went. I don't really think she's doing anything. This week, she had the veto, I'm not for players who aren't doing anything and then cry about what's happening to them. Do something. You can't just, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Bless me. Excuse me. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. Sorry. You can't just sit around and hang out with Xavier or have a showmance before that, and your showmance goes, and now you're just hanging out with Xavier and think you're going to get far in this game. You know, and then you have this power, and she could have done something with it. I hate when people have these kind of things, and they're just like, I'm going to choose not to. But for a reason, I'm sure, in her head. But, oh my God, you guys also bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Putting the spirits back inside me. Whoever deleted the Karen, you're doing. Seriously, I usually tell my mods, we rarely delete people, but at this point I'm just so exhausted of these trolls, and I also don't want them to make this experience bad for the people that support me all the time. For you guys that are always here with the Leen Team representing, I don't want them to ruin your time here. You know what I mean? And I don't want to deal with it. If mods, new rule, if someone asks me the same question over and over, mute them. I've seen that too, and you guys are beautiful, wonderful. I love you, mods. And I know I'm normally like, just leave them, but just if they're relentless, just block them. If you say it twice and nobody gives a shit, guess what? Nobody gives a shit. So the more you say it, that just makes me think that you're an entitled jerk that thinks that your opinion is more important than everyone else's in the chat. Okay. Love you too, Reese. Yes, they can never ruin it. Thanks, guys. Okay. Yes, this is a good, fun community, and the mods are amazing. Like, there are places you go, and the mods are rude. And they're like, don't do this, don't do that. We don't really tell you not to do anything. Just don't be a dickhole. That's it. Did I find clothes to wear for my comedy show? Yes. Well, behind me, you can see my unmade bed because I'm washing all my bedding tonight. So I stripped it. How sexy. But I got a new pair of black jeans, and I have a jean jacket, a new distressed jean jacket. And now I just have to find a little top for underneath, which jewelry I'm going to wear, and probably some boots or something like that. Adriana says, change it. The funny thing is, it is. So these people will subscribe for I think I have it set for 20 minutes just to troll. I mean, that's wow. It's putting in a lot of work. Okay. Read the room, Karen. Read the room. I really think that we're going to see my ideal final two is Hannah and Tiffany. Ideal, hands down, Hannah and Tiffany all day, every day. I don't think I'm going to switch on that one. I tweeted that I think we're going to see a Tiffany and Xavier final two. But that's just me. Yes, Tom. No shit asses allowed. Wipe your butt before you come into this chat. Wipe your ass. Wipe it. This is my favorite chat. Everyone is fair, which I love. Yes, you can have difference of opinions for sure. Just don't be a butthole about it. The fashionista. Thank you, Legacy. Yes. Just these trolls are dedicated. They're dedicated, And for what? Lori, welcome to the Leen Team, you guys. And make sure you use the new Hype Man Husband Shell. Created some new fun emojis for all those who are part of the YouTube Leen Team membership. So far, we only have one membership tier. And for that, You get fun little icons for every month that you are. I think it's like every couple months that you are a member. And then you also get a bunch of emojis, and the more people that join, the more emojis we can put out there. And he is making some fun ones, and they show up on YouTube. So far they don't show up on StreamYard if I highlight it, which totally sucks, but either way. Thank you. Hello there. Thank you. Let's see. Let me know who you guys would like to see in the final two. Jesse says, I would love to see a DX and Hannah final two. I bet you that is a very popular final two. I bet you a lot of people would like to see that. Miranda, thank you for giving us the updates. Kylan is still talking. The dude will talk, and he talks to the feeds, and then he repeats things to the feeds because he wants to make sure that the feeds know that what he's saying and that they caught it. So he'll repeat it. And he also said he wants to come back and play again when he can play for himself. So did Nana get her Wi-Fi fixed? She did. As fixed as they can fix it, Care Bear, which is they swapped out the wire, but she still has DSL internet, and that's the only thing offered in her area in Minnesota, unfortunately. So we're going to try, but we don't know. And some of you guys are using the emojis. I love to see it. I have to look at my second screen because StreamYard, if I highlight it, the wonderful beef just looks like this. But if you look at the YouTube chat, it's an actual fun emoji. Bodacious says, unpopular opinion, Kylan and Sarah Beth HOH. What does that mean exactly? Like, unpopular opinion, you are happy that they're HOH, or you think that this HOH is not only a Sarah Beth HOH, it's a Kylan and Sarah Beth HOH. You guys are saying Tiff and DX dream team for your final two. So there's a lot of DX and Tiffany, Hannah DX, or Claire. Yes, a lot of Claire fans out there. Claire is wonderful. The thing about this season is there's really no stinkers. Like most seasons, you can barely find someone you like. This season, we like a lot of the people. Daybed, obviously not my favorite, but everyone else, I can find some redeeming quality about them or reason I think they're, doing something right in the game. But Daybed, I can't. And I wonder if there are any Daybed fans out there. Let me know. The one sympathy I have for Sarah Beth is listening to Kai, right? So Tiffany and DX, yes. All right. Let's see who else. Oh, you meant final two. Okay, Bodacious. That makes more sense. See, there are Kai and Sarah Beth final two. There are people out there that want a Kai and Sarah Beth final two. You never know. That's why this game is so subjective. Okay. Moff says SB said she doesn't trust Xavier and Alyssa. She shouldn't. I mean, she shouldn't. When she was on the block, they fought hard for Christian. And Alyssa, she doesn't care about Sarah Beth. No. Yeah, a lot of them are great. Tiff and Claire final two. That would be amazing because they are very close. And I would like to see two women in the final two. I think that would be excellent. I was just rewatching 4 before I started this new season as I was gearing up. So, I love to see two women in the end. Would love to see SB put up Tiffany and Xavier, then backdoor Con. Oh my God, Randy. That would be dramatic. Dramatic. That's not going to happen, but it would be dramatic. Yeah, Claire is really tall. You're 6'2"? Lucky. I mean, I'm sure you're like, yeah, but it's hard to find this, that, and the other thing. But like a supermodel. You're taller than Cindy Crawford and Naomi Campbell. And so many other people I can't think of. That's cool. Let's see. I'm not a big fan of Alyssa. She can go. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Alyssa, but I don't highly dislike her. It's just like, I just don't feel like she's doing anything but complaining and stuff. Tiff and Hannah would be, that'd be so good. Pat, that's mine. I love it. The last time I believe there were two women for a final two, I believe was BB13. So that was Rachel Riley and Portia. Are we talking about? Oh my goodness. Then it's been too long because I'm trying to think back. So 21, 22 no, 21 no, 20 no, 19 no, 18 no, 17 no, 16 no to the no, 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 15 no. Oh, 15, horrible. 14, definitely not. 13, yes, good call, good call. It'd be great if we could actually get a blindside this season. It's most likely not going to happen now until jury. Yeah, definitely not going to happen. It's most likely not going to happen now with jury. Yeah, I don't think we're going to, not until if we get down to the 6, we might be able to see a good blindside, but I don't know. Kemi says it's weird that Alyssa wants Tiffany to go on the block and not DX. Tiffany was trying super hard to save Christian. She's not good at this game. She's kind of bratty. Yes. So there you have it, you guys. That is my breakdown for tonight. Thank you guys for joining me in the chat. I probably won't be going live Friday. Like I said, I'll be heading to Las Vegas. So I might be back Sunday night for a breakdown. If I can, I'll try to give you guys some kind of update, but definitely subscribe to my Joleen vlogs if my mods don't mind dropping the link for it in the chat. It's just youtube.com/Joleen vlogs. And I'm going to be vlogging my experience filming for Laugh After Dark and my stand-up set. You guys will be able to see my outfit. I'll be posting it on social media if you care about those type of things. But if you're just looking for Big Brother content, I'll try to post a couple shorts if I can. But other than that, I'm probably not going to see you guys tomorrow, but I normally go live with Josh and Alex from Couch Potato Queens. They are still going to go live on their channel, so make sure you're subbed to Couch Potato Queens if you need your late night Big Brother live feed fix. But if by some stretch of the imagination I have time tomorrow, because I'm not leaving until Saturday morning now, but if I have time tomorrow, I will try to put out a video for you guys, but I might not because I got to get my set list together. I don't even know what jokes I'm going to do yet. I mean, this is only the second time I've done stand-up comedy in the past year and a half, and it's for the TVs, okay? So we'll see. But I think it'll be fun. And yeah, just follow me on the socials. I'll be back soon with more Big Brother content. Thank you for all of your well wishes and being so kind to me, you guys, and dropping my vlog channel. I think we are we're getting to almost 1,000 subs. I think we're in 740. Once I get to 1,000, that's like the monetization mark. You made it, Crystal Gale. Thank you for remembering. Awkward neck hug for Joleen. Yes, awkward neck hug, like I did to poor Trevor at the last comedy show I did. So awkward neck hug to me. Do I ever bring up Big Brother in my act? I don't. Sometimes I mention that I cover CBS shows and I'll make a joke like, your grandparents probably know who I am, because like normally people have this perception that CBS is for old people. But now I think with Paramount Plus, a lot of that has changed because the programming is so great. But when you tell people who haven't been into Big Brother that you watch Big Brother, a lot of people are like, that's still on? I know. Do they like have sex? And I'm like, yeah, they do everything. There's shower stools. If you're looking for a trashy show, it's your show. If you're looking for a game show, it's your show. If you're looking for strategy, it's your show. Like, it's like you get to watch people in a house. It's amazing. But no, I really haven't put it into my act at all. My act is mostly about my life and jokes and things like that. So there you go. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so sweet. I really do appreciate Cup the Neck. Hashtag Cup the Neck. Maybe we need merch that says Cup the Neck Leen Teamers. Yes, we need that. Me and Nana might go live tomorrow and do a quick Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, just so we don't get behind. So be on the lookout for that. So make sure you smash the bell. Yeah, that show is so old. Like, that's been like since the 2000s, right? Since like, what was it called? I wanted to say 9/11. That is not correct. Y2K. Wasn't that show around Y2K? Wow. crazy. Thank you for subscribing to this channel and Joleen Vlogs. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Go support Couch Potato Queens, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye.
If you like what you see,